Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Totally Oblivious. I'm your host, Caleb Perez. I'm here with Alex and Colby, and how are you guys doing?
Bueno.
Nacho.
Oh,
Nacho
dude, you know what?
Biz.
Nachos would sound so fucking good right now. I'd kill for some nachos.
As if you wanted.
I know, but that's an omelet. I didn't really
It's not
want an omelet.
nachos,
Yeah, it's not
Colby.
nachos. Like some
Just
sour
substitute
cream.
the chips for
Chicken or meat,
eggs.
though? That's the real question with nachos.
Chicken or meat? Chicken is meat.
beef.
Well, technically, no, because it's like,
What is it, a plant?
well, no, it's chicken.
Is chicken a plant?
It's chicken's different. It's
Fowl.
Still meat.
technically, no, not wrong. What is it? It's not. It's poultry. There you go. There's a difference.
Poultry's meat.
No, like
Egg is a meat.
it's like separated from like regular meat.
Beef.
Yeah, there is a difference. I guess maybe if you use meat,
If you want to be specific, that'd just mean beef, pork,
yeah,
poultry.
Worms are meat.
Worms are meat?
Eggs are meat.
Are they?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know the scientific term. Anyway, yeah. But what you want, chicken or like beef on your nachos?
I like eating chicken more, I guess. I really like nachos to begin with, though.
What?
Well, I don't like Mexican food, really.
What?
Alex forgetting a fact about me 2 minutes after I tell it to him.
I genuinely actually forgot this fact.
You were so angry about it a couple months ago when I said.
Well, now I'm angry again. What?
I'm angry again. Well, that's your fault for being angry. I don't know what to tell you.
I guess. Colby, nacho take ran out. Do you like Mexican food?
Shredded beef. It's not my favorite.
Was it specifically shredded beef you're asking, or just what
Like, I
kind
guess
of-
you can really have anything on nachos. It's up to you.
I guess you don't even have to have meat.
You don't really have. You can put like jalapenos on it, or like olives if you're
Just
feeling freaky.
the super cheap stadium nachos that is just cheese and chips.
You could have like tuna on it if you want to be like experimental.
Yes, I don't know if I've ever heard of. Do people even make fish nachos?
If they don't, they probably should. It'd fit a niche.
That
They do. The seafood nachos.
Okay, so they do.
Seafood enchiladas. Seafood tamales. Seafood everything.
Yeah.
Y'all think the ocean is scary?
Yes.
Oh wait, I already know your answer to that. Are you hydrophobic as like your brother or no?
Hydrophobic? No. Wait. He just
Caleb
floats on
is
the
a-
water. He repels water.
I repel water.
Well, you know, dude. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna sidetrack from that. I love how phobic is just like become this catch-all term for some people just not liking it, even though it's supposed to be like a scary thing.
That's true.
So,
Well, yeah, it is. It's fear. It means fear. Phobic.
so but
means
really,
fear.
but is hydrophobic like?
Well, it's a scientific term used to describe how water
I guess
doesn't mix
technically,
with some things
I
like
guess
oil.
technically under the context, it does that in that scenario it does make sense.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, it also kind of makes sense under how the word's used any fucking way. Yeah, the ocean's pretty scary.
Yeah, it's a weird place full of weird things that we don't understand. I don't like it.
Base take, pretty monkey take.
I guess.
Pretty monkey. I don't know thing. I'm scared.
Isn't it there's more ocean just on the surface of the ocean than inland, and there's that's only 1% of the whole ocean's the surface.
Oh, you mean
Less than
you mean
1%.
like the surface, the bottom,
Just the surface.
Like the stuff we see.
yeah.
yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
that's
yeah.
just a
We know more about space than we do
fraction
the
of a
ocean.
It's true.
How's that even possible? We've
There's
been
not
here for
too
so
much.
long, and they still they can
Let me
change
answer that.
those
Let me
to go
answer.
down there.
Let me answer that for you. Water pressure is a bitch.
Man.
You could look up in the sky and see
Yeah.
things easily.
Yeah,
but then go
we still
into the
shoot
ocean.
ourselves into space though.
Well,
and
that's
we
because-
can't
that's
shoot
because-
ourselves in the ocean.
That's because space doesn't put several worths of the several Empire State Buildings on every point of your body. Space is kind of just, if you throw it hard enough, which isn't that hard, I guess scientifically speaking, in that direction, you can leave orbit, and it's basically free game from there. So you don't have to deal with several tons of pressure on you at every second.
No.
Ice cream cone?
No.
Do you have any cones?
No. We don't have cones.
Does it make you hungry for ice cream?
Black ice cream?
We can get ice cream later. Charcoal ice cream.
Is that actually a thing?
I'm pretty sure. People will put charcoal in everything because they think it's
Into the mic so that it's
healthier.
entertaining for the viewer. Okay, that was just a moan. You dirty little boy.
What on earth?
Are we talking about? I don't know.
Sadness. It's sad time.
I don't want to be sad.
Shouldn't it be happy love time since next week is love and happy time?
Of course, the one who didn't change into black is the one thinking of love and happiness.
Well, I think about that, but I got personal reasons why I don't want to talk about it.
About sadness or about love?
About love.
Okay. So we're talking about sadness.
What about sadness, Caleb? Are you,
I'm sad.
Is this therapy session for
Why
you?
is there no holiday for sadness?
Because that's every day.
Technically, that's just December or the season of winter. Technically, but I guess we can. Caleb's not wrong. It's every other day.
It's just every day. It's every day.
So why are you sad, Caleb? Is this
I'm unemployed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
I got laid off from the radio.
That's what Andrew told me, and I thought, no, he should be fine.
You should be fine.
Oh. That's slightly concerning.
Yeah, so I've been job hunting for the past week.
Well,
But that's not really the reason I'm sad today. There's a lot of things that are sad in the world.
Okay. Are we going to talk about the Turkey earthquake? Is that why you're also
There was a Turkey earthquake?
Yeah. It was like 7.8 or some like crazy ass like earthquakes like all over.
It's a
like,
pretty
Turkey.
bad one.
Oh my gosh.
Ripped the city in half.
Ripped
Yeah.
the city in half.
Yeah, it's kind of was all over Twitter for a bit.
It was all over the news.
Yeah.
When was that?
Like, yes. Actually, it was like 2 days ago. Right?
Sunday.
It was like Sunday, Monday, beginning of the week.
See, since the radio was the reason why I was usually on Twitter looking for topics to talk about. So I haven't been looking at Twitter that much recently.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm looking at Indeed recently.
So I guess question for you. Okay, just for the audience. Why were you laid off?
So remember a while back when I said that the radio got bought out?
Uh-huh.
So our new owner decided that voice tracking is not needed anymore.
I see.
And so first he got rid of our sports announcer, and then he got rid of me, and kind of Dale, but he still has a job because he's the general manager. But yeah, there's no voice tracking on the radio anymore. On our radio station. I mean, I'm sure other stations still do, but yeah.
I think that's the trend, is not having anyone speak now.
It's so hollow. They didn't even get the call sign right. They're doing the wrong call sign. Like literally, I was listening in just to see what they changed that day that they said for me not to come to work, and they just started saying the wrong call sign. I was like, oh my! So I turned off the radio. Have not listened to music really since.
Caleb is now hating, man. Caleb's
I'm
a
a hater.
hater, bro.
On that hater
Well,
energy.
I guess this is intervention time. Is this what this episode is? Is this a Caleb
This
lore
is a
episode?
sad episode. We're talking about what makes us sad.
A lot of things make me sad. I know. I feel like we need to focus on this a bit as a homie. How are you feeling, bud?
I feel unemployed.
That's more of an American type of thing.
It's very American.
We need to get a little bit broad here. How
Oh.
like
I feel lost floating in space looking for a new purpose.
do you know what you want your purpose to be?
Well, I'm applying at the newspaper now. Gonna see if they'll take me to become a reporter. But the podcast is still here, so that's really what matters.
And YouTube. Bitch.
YouTube probably would too.
They are a bit
I don't blame them. I do blame them, but I don't not see that coming
Yeah,
because YouTube's terrible.
exactly.
Great sometimes, mostly terrible recently.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Not like Twitter though.
Twitter's just gone. It's basically becoming. It's basically imploding on itself to the point where eventually it's just not going to be usable,
Yeah, a little bit.
which is sad because that's where a lot of people talk to each other, made friends. That's where we became friends with Jen.
Exactly. Also, she thinks you're hot, by the way. Yeah. She was wondering. Yeah, I know. Thought I'd just expose you, Jen, while you're doing your hair. She's like probably like, oh my fucking God. Anyway,
But yeah,
why the newspaper?
they're hiring apparently,
Oh, okay.
and it seems better than most of the other jobs around here.
I quite frankly don't know what to tell you.
Nothing to say.
Can you give me some ice cream?
No, not now.
Have you cried recently?
No, I've been depressed.
Do you cry? I feel like
Not
this is.
often.
I think you need to cry.
I need a good cry session.
I'm gonna be honest. This is just because I've gone through some stuff privately. You probably need to cry. I think sometimes you might need to let your emotions out just once, and it doesn't need to be in front of people. I know there's a macho thing between guys, but being in a cold, dark room, just letting one out, not like that, viewers, you might need that. I'm just saying to kind of clear the fog. Because you might be applying for a newspaper job, but maybe, just hypothetically speaking, you might want to do some other things or like think outside the box.
Outside the bun.
That too.
Yeah.
So there's my at least some words.
It's not as bad as it was like when it first happened. I'm feeling a little better now. Still unemployed, but feeling better about my prospects of life. But yeah, that's basically the gist of sadness right now. But there's another thing that made me sad I saw the other day. I'll have to pull it up.
Oh, I thought he was just going to say dead puppies or something.
Dead puppies. That
close.
does make me sad. Makes me very, very sad. Let's see.
I know what the thumbnail of this episode's going to be. It's going to be him and Vegeta in the rain.
How did I already know? I already knew that's what you're going to choose. So... Okay, so this is commonly known as the saddest sound to ever be made. And it's the, I don't know if
World's
I'm gonna,
smallest violin.
no.
I don't something like.
Would you get out of here? No, but it's the sound of, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. It's the kawaii o-o. It's, the sound of the final kawaii o-o.
Oh, it's the bird
singing to its potential mate that it
Doesn't
never
exist.
existed because he was the last one to ever live. So I'm gonna play it for you guys, and for those of you at home, I'll also play the thing. I know it's probably copyrighted in some way, so I'll have to figure that out. But yeah,
It's copyrighted?
well, so Fred Meyer, no. No, this is truly, in my opinion, the saddest sound you'll ever hear.
Hold on. My
my
brother
goodness.
just found the dark side of the. Okay, there's lore here. You want sadness? Good thing. My brother just texted me. Hold on. I will pay you
Oh, no.
later, motherfucker. Okay, I might be getting an album afterward. Okay, now we continue.
Okay,
that's
okay,
that's
here
for
we go.
later. That's actually pretty fun.
This is known as the saddest sound in the world. The final call of the kawaii o-o.
Busting down a fat rhyme.
He really was.
And nobody else is hearing him right now. What a poet. Almost in a fucked up way.
It's
like he's sending out a distress call,
kind of is.
but nobody's gonna return an answer.
And what's super sad, any pause like what you just heard.
It's like it's him waiting for a response.
Yeah, the response is supposed to happen there. I feel like it's just the echo too that it makes is just like, gosh dang. Like, I just don't. There's hardly words to describe the feeling of almost dread that you feel when listening to this. Just like despair.
Why is my brother at Walmart? I just realized that to myself. I know not to ruin the moment, but I just realized why is my at Walmart?
Buying
Dark Side of the Moon.
I guess he must have went to go buy a keyboard or something.
But you know what's even more sad about that whole thing is he finally, after all that time singing, left, and then the person
Died.
recording it started listening over it just to see if he got it all.
And he started calling back.
He came back because he thought a mate was finally calling, but it was his own call.
Why the fuck you gotta make me sad, bro? It's like that. I like the meme edit where it's like, boys don't cry, and then it's just the Chad. He's just like, it's the anime despair face. I'm like,
That was literally me the first time I heard that.
it is pretty sad.
I was just like, man, and all that's caused by us humans.
Are you
we
going
did
on your
that.
nihilist arc? Is that what you're doing right now?
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, wait. Is it proper nihilism or like hopeful nihilism? Actually, it's the other way around. It's dreadful nihilism and hopeful nihilism.
Depends on what happens in the next 24 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, that's very sad. And so that got me down a rabbit hole of like animals that went extinct in the past 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And man, there's a lot of animals that went extinct that were like the black rhino. I remember when that went extinct. Back
Yeah,
when
I was kind of heartbroken. I was like, damn.
I was like, man, that's an iconic animal that's just gone. The Chinese river dolphins, gone. Now there's...
you know what's funny about both of those statements? It's because of the Chinese or their black markets.
That is very true, actually. And the black markets
Damn red China.
did a lot of that.
USA. As an American, as a blood running, as a bull. I can't.
We can't act like we're any better.
Yeah, but this is America, baby. America number one.
America number one.
We're gonna start throwing rednecks
Number
over
one at killing things.
Next would kill everything.
there. I know, but like, rednecks have honor.
But you know, I think it was the Carolinas used to have a parrot.
Yeah,
Down
that
there?
I know.
Went extinct in the 50s.
Makes
Terrible.
sense. White people kind of be. You know what? This is all like white people problems.
And white people did this.
Unironically, most animals that went extinct are because of white people.
In a way, yeah.
Not to be racist or anything, but like historically speaking.
Historically, colonization caused a lot of...
Yeah, imperialism's a
Yeah.
bitch.
But yeah, it's
My ear's ringing on the left side. Can you readjust, please? Can you readjust? This is making me sad.
very sad. Oh, I don't know. It's just seeing like animals that are so iconic and unique to the world just leaving. Because there's going to be a day when there's like a generation of kids who treat like the black rhino like how we treat mammoths and stuff. That they're like, something like that actually existed. And it's like, yeah, they'd still probably exist if we didn't hunt them to extinction.
For fucking horn medicine.
Yeah, and what's worse, elephants going down there too. Not as bad as some other animals right now. I think there's been a lot of conservation efforts that helped elephant
I'll
populations.
be honest, bro. If elephants go down, I'm going Doom Guy on the planet.
Doom Guy.
I straight up, bro. Straight up. If I see a baby elephant die, and like it's the last one, I'm taking out everybody. You're all coming with me. You dumb sons of bitches.
Just blow up the planet.
Fucking straight up Frieza style.
Frieza.
Frieza!
If baby elephants
Extincting
can't live,
everything. What's that
if baby
song?
elephants can't live, nothing can.
For real on God. Straight up.
Yeah.
You get sad because baby elephants die? No, I get angry. I get frustrated. I start going full Goku.
Yeah.
I'd punch a poacher. I would do much more than punch a poacher.
Just decimate the poacher.
I'd full auto combo him into fucking obliteration, bro.
It's like no, they have no consideration of like
No, that's why they're poachers.
life. It's like what are you gonna do when they're all gone?
That's every villain's background story. It's like, oh yeah, you made me sad. Well, I'll make everyone sad.
See, that's a bad villain. A good villain is you made me sad, so I'm gonna fucking kill you and everything you fucking hold dear.
That's
stupid
making people
bitch.
sad.
Well, you know, there's a shining light though. Since we're talking about poachers, this did make me happy in a sort of way, which probably doesn't look good on my person. But there's this post about a guy who poached a lion, and like 2 days later, the lion's brother came and killed the guy.
Raw Kino.
I was like, nice.
Well, even then, like big game hunting like that's a little bit weird. It's kind of controversial because it's like, why are you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like it's a lion. The prestige you get, like the rush, the
But
high.
like there's no need for it most of the time.
Yeah.
Or almost all the time. But like also he was on a nature reserve, so that made it worse.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they like doing that. They just they disregard the reserves and just go in and kill the animals.
My hate for the human race is now slowly building right now.
That's usually what happens when you're sad. The hate for the human race seems to build.
He's Goku Black.
Hey, yo,
Zero
every
mortals.
time something happens, I always think of maybe Zamasu.
Maybe if Zamasu just left all the animals, he would have been 100% correct.
It was all intelligent creatures. He didn't like.
So, is that why the cat lived?
Yeah.
Oh. Makes sense.
Yeah, he had a weird god complex. Anything else that makes you fucking sad? Anything else you witnessed today?
I always get sad when children suffer. I think that's just a general thing. I guess we'll talk about more niche things that make me sad, like in
Color blue.
the color blue makes me happy. Actually, I like the color blue. Colors don't really make me sad, but scenes on movies. There's certain scenes on movies that do kind of make me sad. Like I always had this thing as a kid. I get really sad when like the child's like home or something got burned down, or like the main character's home, because I was like, man, that was very sad.
God,
I
I'm
don't have
such a
somewhere to
fucking
live.
dick.
Just
Fucking loser.
homeless.
God,
No,
dude, I'm
but
such an
yeah.
asshole. I'm just thinking of jokes, even though it's supposed to be bad. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm fucked.
But
But Tony Stark's dead. Ha, you're fatherless. That one kid.
Alex says this, but he cried in theaters.
I did.
He did. This is how he deals with his emotions.
I
by
do.
jokes. I do too sometimes. but
Sadness shows up in all shapes and forms.
It really does. I guess speaking of movies, I watched the new Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Seeing Chadwick Boseman, I was like the whole movie pretty much. Anytime they talked about his death, it was just like, man.
See, I've yet to watch that movie. I know it's on Disney Plus, but I just haven't. I
It's
actually
pretty
started
good.
watching Rocky instead.
Oh, Rocky's good. Rocky's good.
All the Rockies are on Netflix.
Rocky is a good franchise.
It is.
Yeah.
Till Rocky 6, where he has to fight a cyborg.
Rocky 6. Yeah. Rocky movies really are something.
Yeah, they are.
Something special, though.
Yeah.
I guess one last thing. I think I said this before. Makes me sad every time. There's certain cartoons that make me sad. Bye Bye Butterfree episode always makes me sad.
The Bossing Say episode at fucking Avatar.
The which one?
The one where not Iroh. Fucking the fat guy. Oh my god, I'm forgetting him. Where he's singing about his son, but it's actually singing about himself because he's dying of cancer.
Oh.
So loss
that?
makes you sad.
Yeah, because Cowboy Bebop's ending always makes me sad, too.
Respectable.
Literally, when I hear that the ending theme throughout watching the whole series is just depression.
It was funny the first time we were watching through it. He's all every time I'd do the ending song, he'd be all like dancing and happy, and now he's just like he's sad every time he hears that song.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I guess an anime one that gets me every time is when Avadol sees not Avadol, when Polnareff sees Iggy's and Avadol's soul.
Oh.
He's like, Iggy, Avadol, and the fucking theme song in the background gets me every time, bro. And it's just like, you son of a bitch, Iraqi. Why do you make me feel like this every time? Every fucking I actually have the song saved on Spotify when I want to feel sad or whatever, just to feel sadness. And like I'll just be like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was
that dog showed up for like less than like 15 episodes, and I'm all like, no, Iggy.
Yeah, that was.
But it also makes that moment a lot better because previous to that, fucking Polnareff fucking like snapped Vanilla Ice's neck, and like his whole character arc of, oh, he's the funny guy, he's silly, and then you're like, oh my god, he's fucking Kino as fuck.
You don't mess with a dog.
Fucking just see, bro, Silver Chariot just fucking shoving his fucking rapier through fucking Vanilla Ice and just fucking doing a 360. Or like 100, no, it's 360. A 360-degree rotation on his neck is one of the rawest scenes in that entire anime. And in the manga, black and white in specific, it looks so fucking drawn well. Like Araki, like if there is things I would buy and put on a wall, it's moments like that. I'm like, that's just fucking Kino. I was like, fuck.
I think the part that made me more sad was when Kakuin died.
Oh yeah,
he's just in the clock tower, just thinking about his parents and his final moments.
Oh no, that part gets me
It's
too.
like, man,
I'm like, why'd you do that?
Demon Slayer is just a sad show altogether.
Demon Slayer does make me sad.
My girlfriend's watching that.
Very sad.
She's going through that right now.
Ren
I'm like,
Goku.
What makes you sad?
Yeah, what makes you sad, Alex?
what does make me sad? Okay, difference here. Depressed or sad?
Both.
Both. What makes me sad? I guess I'll get in the middle here now because I'm the center topic. See, now it's weird because sometimes I do feel sadness, but it's just like when something's over, that gets me sad.
Yeah.
When
I can agree
when you're
with that.
so invested into a story or a person, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone, and you had no ability to stop it. I guess we can dig into that. Having the ability to change something, and if you had the ability to change something, and then you regret it because like you were like, I could have done something, but yet I didn't. That's another one that gets me. Because it's like sometimes in animes when like a character dies, I try to cope like, no, he could have done this.
Yeah.
He could have done that. What? Why'd you do this? It's moments like that. It's like it's the preventable that you didn't prevent. That's one that gets me sad, and of course Lost does too. Fucking, it's another JoJo's one. Fucking Caesar dying, and then just Lisa and Joseph just being over them as the announcers are like, even though they're in enemy territory, they wept and cried. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, bro. It gets me every time, bro. Every time. I'm like, see, I won't lie. That song, I don't know the specific how to pronounce it specifically in Italian, but when it gets to like the change in tone, every fucking time my brain automatically goes Caesar every time without fucking fail, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. And it usually, I guess too, which adds to the kind of the sadness part. It's like the sadness two parts. It's like the character like going all out, putting their all into something. I guess this is for really anybody, depending on the story. And then they bail. They die.
Yeah.
But then what ends up happening, and usually this is how I like to view most of my animes, and This is what I kind of get pissed off at people when it comes to character writing is like, oh, you didn't really need to kill off the character, and I'm all like, do you not understand the cinematics and the thematics of this part? The death of Caesar led to Joseph realizing he needs to stop being a fucking idiot and take things seriously, even though he's still a bit of a clown, but that's his character, and eventually beating Wamu. Like it's like it leads to things, and I get hyped over it. It's like when Krillin dies, you go through all of Dragon Ball, just like, look at him, man. He's this little goofball, and there's this racist alien who kills him, and Goku goes fucking Super Saiyan. It's moments like that when the protagonist or real life characters, as you know, sometimes I do like to indulge myself in history, like when they're put up against the wall, and then they lose something, and then they just have to fight back. It's like that shit is just so fucking cool to me. And stuff like that, there's this thing with me is where I'll get sad, but then I'll in a weird way, and I know I always bring it back to anime. I'll do like a 180 and just be like, nah, man, I gotta be better. Like I gotta be better every fucking time. It always happens to me. I get sad or I get depressed or I start thinking some darker thoughts, and it's just like, nah, I gotta be that guy. Mm-hmm. It's every time, man. Every time. And I guess another one that kind of gets me is music. I'm a real big music guy. And just certain songs or certain albums that they're different from the mainstream ones that just have that certain pain with them. I won't lie. I cry. I cry at people's pain, man. I genuinely, I'm a more of an emotional and romantic guy. So when somebody starts like giving their heart out, man, I won't lie. I'll shed a tear. Like that whole like guys can't cry thing is total bullshit. At one point or another, you will break, and depending on how much weight is on that board, it's gonna hurt a lot or it's gonna hurt a little. I think every time. There's a lot. I think with me, there's a lot of examples I could use, but like primarily, I see sadness through characters and people, and it gets to me. But then it also kind of gets me hyped. It's also this almost like give-take relationship with me where it's all like, if I lose something, I have to gain something. Almost like an equivalent exchange. I always fuck up that word. In terms of emotion. So it's just like, you gotta push on. I guess maybe this can even get into like my new philosophy in life is like it's not indefinite. Yeah. It's the indefinite cruelty of the universe versus the indomitable spirit of man. It's like the universe might throw you a curveball and it might fuck up your entire life, but the human will is strong, and you have to keep going. It's like it's this new mentality I've had. I know I said like I'm a nihilist and like a stoic, an old stoic philosopher when it comes to mindset, but like there's almost this optimism in me that like even though you're in your darkest hour, you can be sad for a multitude of reasons for everybody. At one point, you have to kind of come out of it realizing you got to be the one that pick yourself up. Yeah, you got to pick yourself up. I guess I'm just an optimist, Colby.
Yeah, I guess so.
You just got to push on. I think that's because of all the anime I've watched.
The anime, every time they're like, things are tough now, but I gotta keep pushing forward.
Every fucking time. It gets me hype every fucking Guts fucking, like, he loses Casca, or like he's fucking, or Griffith is a total dickhead to him, and fucking Guts has to just like push on and become a better person, even though he's dealing with his own shit. That's another big one for me. Fucking, what's another good one? What's another good one? I think Johnny from Steel Ball Run, like his life is pretty interesting too, and how he has to go through his character and journey. Vagabond's another pretty good one, but that's more of like a self-character thing rather than like depression or sadness, but there's a little bit of it. I guess Goku in some examples, maybe even Vegeta. There's a lot. Batman's a pretty big one. Superman's kind of the opposite for me. It's like he has to bear, even though he's in the darkest hour, he has to be the hope for people. Unironically, as I've gotten older, Superman's just been is so much more cooler. Because like what he represents, sure he might have godlike abilities, and sure he might be weak to rocks.
They wrote him stupid, but man, does he have some good morals?
Oh no, man! Fucking some of those comics and like how he's presented, I'm all like, oh yeah, optimism. I have to go do something with my life. I have to go to like a food bank or something, man. I gotta do something. Superman's believing in me every fucking time, man.
Yeah.
it's not really sadness. Like sadness is only a thing you feel for a little bit, but like happiness and progression, you can do a lot more with. So I feel like that's another like big thing I think a lot of people should like seek or like worry about is like it's only gonna last for a little bit. And eventually like happiness and compassion and just being human or just like the better human emotions will happen. Like all the negative emotions like dread, disgust, anger, all of them are only they're finite. They don't last long. But with happiness or other positive emotions, if you keep on kindling that fire, it will keep going. Because the moment you stop kindling the darker emotion, it almost instantaneously, in some examples, goes out, and that feeling's gone. With the positive emotions, with kindling, you might be able to keep on going with it, even if you're gone for a little bit.
Very true. Very true.
So I guess it's your turn, Colby.
Colby, what makes you sad?
What makes me sad? When like something happens and then like a person's alone and then like they have to like fight through that
By themselves?
Yeah, like they have to have the strength to just, you know, you see they're hurting. It's making me cry right now. But they have to keep on going no matter what.
The indomitable human spirit, optimism, hope.
That always gets me.
Yeah.
Kobe's fuck. I'm sorry. I know, but those are like more like I won't lie. I get like when I get optimistic, I start to cry. I don't know why. I'm just like I gotta do something. I gotta. All the previous examples I used, I gotta do something.
Anime speech.
I do that a lot. I do that often. I monologue to myself, and if I won't lie. If I write down some of my inner monologue, those shits are bangers.
That always gets me though. It's like, you know, the person has every reason to just give up and just stop and not care about anyone else, but you know, the guy goes on and, you know, tries to make the best out of, you know, a crappy situation. I think that's, I don't know if it's sad, but you know, it does get.
It makes
emotional.
you sad.
Yeah.
Or like, no, I wouldn't think that's sad, Colby. I think you're just feeling another guy's or other person's pain.
Well, what is sadness then?
It's sad that it happened, but it's inspiring that they can get through it.
And I've noticed like all the things that get me emotional or like things like that, like with Rengoku or with the Up, the guy on Up when his wife dies. I'm like, oh. Oh no.
It's something relatable. I feel like that's I think that there's a common thing between all three of us. It's like when we see something that is relatable in a dark way, you feel sadness, or something just bad happens to you, and then the emotion is probably confusion or anger at first, and then evolves into sadness, and then it has to evolve back into normality. Almost in a weird way, if you want to look at it like a scale, you being normal in the middle. It'll just shoot up in one direction and then have to slowly go back like it was like a thermometer or something.
Yeah.
It has to like gradually come back to normal.
Yeah, the barometer of sad to happy is like, and then it's like, oh, I'm a little happy, and then it's like, all right, time to go back to normal. Sad. Yeah, there's a lot of sad stuff. Something
Optimism.
Something also that makes me sad though, not like in a cry sad way, but in like a
Dead puppies.
yes, dead puppies make me sad, and
Actually,
it's
okay,
scarred
no,
me
hold
for
on,
life
hold on,
as a
hold on.
middle
Before we move
schooler
on,
when my dad made me bury the dead puppies in the field during the middle of winter.
hold on. Another thing that gets me riled up, angry and sad even, is the loss of innocent life, or like maybe even like
100%.
even animal life, bro. That shit, bro. Like I said, baby elephant example. If I see a motherfucker kick a dog, almost on the same level as if my mom were to be assaulted or like talked bad upon, I'm killing a motherfucker. Oh God, bro. It is. I am going full Kratos Doomslayer guts on a motherfucker instantaneously. It is on sight. Your ass is getting dropped because I'm the main protagonist, bitch. Yeah. I like that right there. That gets me. It's first sadness because I'm like, oh no, the puppy, and then it's like, I keep on bringing up anime examples just because when it's like I'm Jotaro Kujo and I'm about to fuck up your day, bitch, every fucking time.
Oh, like, you're approaching me.
I'm gonna beat your oh, that's another one too that gets me. It's like Dio's cockiness and seeing his grandpa die, and it's like I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. I'm gonna fuck and like there's just some moments in anime that just get me hyped, and it's shit like that.
That one right there is
like
so
it's like
good
I had
time.
a good time with you, grandson, and then he goes away, and it's just like, nah, that's how you take out Joseph, and like Jotaro's just being like, I'm gonna punch you so fucking hard right now, you're gonna fucking combust. That shit, in specific in the manga, I feel like it's better. The anime didn't really do it. It did it well, but not as well as the manga did. It's fucking raw. It's fucking raw. It's shit like that, man. Every time. Every time. I live for moments like that.
I didn't feel sad, but I definitely felt hyped when Josuke was like, or Jotaro. Both times, actually. Even when Shigechi died in part 4.
Oh, bro, and everyone's just sad, and like
because they're like, "What happened to him?" And then they just see his sand just explode in front of them, and they're like,
his sand
stand."
And what gets me is like everybody's like super emotional in those, but Jotaro just has like the dark demeanor over him, and
every time,
and it's just like nah, like Jotaro gets it, like I'm gonna do a video on him eventually here soon, probably next month, but it's all like Jotaro never shows his emotions because he's based off of Clint Eastwood, and Clint Eastwood in those movies is not. He's a hero, so he never really shows that. Like he's like I'm gonna bring justice, but like you can tell when like when he's drawn or shown like that, it's like he knows the pain. He's lost so many fucking homies to this shit, and it's just like nah, man, nah. Every time, bro, every fucking time.
Anime makes it's very sad. But
every time.
Something you mentioned earlier that I kind of related to recently is a realization of things that make me sad is when things come to an end, especially like TV shows coming to an end, make me sad. Because I remember when Psych first ended, I watched every episode of Psych like as they'd come out, and then when it was like this is the last episode, it was like, man, it's over. It makes me sad. Then recently I watched all of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and when I got to the final 2 episodes, because like I was just binge watching them like super fast, just getting through all of the whole series. And I got to those last 2 episodes, and I was just like, oh man, it's almost over. I was having so much fun with these characters, seeing them progress, and now it's gonna be done.
It's over.
And it's hard with like TV shows and stuff because it's like you feel like you're part of like their friend group and stuff throughout their whole adventure. But unlike actual friends where you can always see them again after they move away, when your friends in TV move away, they never come back. You might see the actors in other shows, but it's like if your friends moved away, but next time you saw them, they were reincarnated as an entirely different person.
Real.
It's just, it'll never be the same.
So people like sequels, so it keeps going.
Yeah. And
it's called nostalgia.
Sometimes things do have to end.
Against you.
Sometimes
things get exhausted. Even with people in general, old people. You don't really get too sad when an old person dies,
If they lived a good life, then
if I like them.
If I like them. So there's some old people that you're like, good riddance.
Some of them are dickheads.
Yes,
that's another thing I guess
terrible.
that makes you sad is memories.
Memories.
A little bit.
I'll never get up at 7 a.m. as a 6-year-old, turn on the GameCube and play Super Smash Brothers Melee ever again.
Well, you can do that right now.
I could do it, but it'd never be the same as I felt back then, experiencing those games for the first time.
Oh, you know another one that gets me sad? Musical cues in shows. And like it's like this is the journey of Son Goku, and then like the end of GT every time gets me sad. Every time I look at it, I shed a tear. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, endings of shows just are sad.
Yeah,
they really know how to send you off.
This is a story of Son Goku and his adventures.
It always makes it just feel that much better to rewatch it again because it's like You get that whole experience watching the show. Like you feel the hype, the ups and downs that the characters feel over and again, and you just reach the end, and you're like, their story's over.
Real.
We've reached the end of the story of Goku or
really anybody,
which is sad. But at the same, it's a weird kind of sad because it's sad that you won't see them again, but it's like a happy sad that you got to experience that journey.
I'd rather be happy
with
sad.
people too, like actual people. It's like you're sad that they're gone, but you're happy that you knew them.
Real.
Dogs especially.
Never had a dog. Couldn't really relate on that.
Pets, losing a pet, so sad.
And with that, it's like what Alex said, you get inspired. So it's like kind of like a cycle. Like you have to lose something, and then the new gets inspired to do what you did. And it's like a cycle.
Cycle of optimism.
Do I want another dog after Aura? No.
I feel the same way with my dog. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna ever get another dog. Like I'll get a fox or something, a different kind
parrot.
of animal.
I've always said I like cats more, but I also find cats more expendable. So you can get as many cats as you want. You'll be sad when one's gone, but you can just replace it and you'll be just as happy again.
That's so fucked up, but so funny at the same time.
They really
Fishes too.
Fish are even worse. You're like, Guppy, he's dead. Oh, time to get a new one.
It's Guppy again.
My brother killed a fish one time.
He did.
Yeah, no, we got one out of like a Halloween like party or festival, and my brothers were like, he took him out of water because he didn't know how fish fucking worked, and he fucking killed the fish. And then when my mom flushed him down the toilet, I was so this is probably the first time I've ever experienced death, and like I will never ever forgive my brother for that. I am so petty, and like he just innocently. This is where all this anger and frustration for my brother comes from. He just killed it, bro. I was just so angry. I was just like, why?
Oh my gosh.
There will never be a moment. All the times I've ever fucked up or didn't know anything, like sure, I don't know how to like properly maybe like undo a tire or like be able to do a math equation, but you killed an innocent goldfish's life. You fucking bitch. Everything I've ever fucked up will never be as big as that fuck up ever in my entire life. You pathetic fucking bitch. Ever.
Oh my god.
Like, then that's what like kind of gets me. Every time my dad or my brother make fun of me for something like I do, because sometimes I'm not the brightest guy in the ball, but like that moment right there, you fucking idiot. You buffoon.
How old was he?
Like he's like fucking like I don't know how fucking old Andrew was, but I could care less.
You were about to say 3. Was he 3?
It was like he was young, but like I know he was a child, but like even then at that age, I knew what fishes needed to fucking live. So I'm like, there's no way you're that fucking stupid, you idiot. And it makes me angry. It makes me angry now.
Oh my gosh, that is so tragically funny.
Every time, bro. Every time they make fun of me, and I'm all like, you too.
What about the fish?
What about the fish, you dickhead?
What about guppies?
What about other people's emotions? Okay, that's, this is a rage episode now. Any people that don't care about other people's emotions get me every fucking time. To be a heartless bastard, it gets me angry. You fucking dick. Every time. And people that don't understand, like, there's another one. This one's been in my thought process as of recently. To be a fucking garbage human being over petty shit gets me. It's like you watch anime and like the stories of these heroes going through things, and yet you are gonna be a complete fucking dickhead to somebody because you just have no morals or whatever, like illegal shit basically. Yet you watch this shit and you say you like anime or like stories about this, and your reading comprehension is so pathetically fucking low that you don't understand. Like maybe you should take some fucking ideas from this or from the hero, and yet you don't. Fucking grinds my fucking gears every goddamn time.
I never considered how ironic that is that they do that. They watch anime their whole life, and yet they're still
a garbage human being
doing terrible things to people.
Oh yeah. Every fucking time. I know there might be some trauma or issues, but like at one point or another, as a human being, you have to realize your own faults and grow from them. And clearly, you haven't fucking grown from them.
We're going through all the stages of grief in this episode.
I was just about to say that. Somebody at home is going to mark down every time we go through a stage of grief.
Every time. Rage. What's the next stage? I'll continue it.
Let me look.
Like bargaining.
Bargaining. Colby's been asking for ice cream the whole episode.
Now can I have ice cream?
No.
And the moment you accept it is when the episode ends.
Yeah, there's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Well, we haven't done them in order, but
I think it goes in any order.
yeah.
But yeah, we gone through anger, we gone through depression. Have we denied anything yet?
No, I've been pretty accepting of things.
Oh, we already went through acceptance before denial somehow.
Yeah. This isn't true.
Colby's been asking for ice cream. That's bargaining.
Yeah, but then we've denied him the ice cream.
Oh.
You guys are part of
Colby's in denial of not getting ice cream.
No, I keep saying this though. Reminds me of ice cream.
Denial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know else what to say. Like that was me kind of going off.
I think Caleb's over his grief.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
We just figured out Blue's Clues.
We did it. We did it. We did it. Valentinos.
Oh man. Yeah. Those shows, childhood shows, you go back, still bangers.
Every time.
I don't understand how they deviated from the formula on these new kids shows.
Heartless garbage.
Yeah. Bluey though, it's pretty okay.
Oh, you know what got me sad? One of those fucking episodes. I saw it on Twitter and I was just like, no fucking way they did that. And it made me sad. And so like
where the dad was like,
no, like
chess as an analogy.
Yeah, no, not the chess one. That one's good though.
Oh.
But it was
that's what I saw.
It was Bluey's.
Rabbit.
No, it was Bluey's sister. Is it her sister?
Oh,
and she's like, she has like the stomach or whatever, and then it pops, and then like it like cuts to like a scene where the dad just goes with the mom. I'm like, nah, dog, you did not just casually do that. I was so in pain. I was like, there's lore here in this child's TV show. And like it's relatable because I know women and stuff in my family
have pregnancy.
Yeah, issues. And I'm all like, nah. I got so sad. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this information about this family off of Australian shepherds? I was like, what the fuck?
Bluey touching real world issues better than the Velma show.
I was like, nah, that's funny. I was like, no fucking way, bro. I was flabbergasted.
Yeah, I saw that. I was pretty shocked that
I was
they
like,
covered that on a show made for literal infants.
They won't realize till they're older. Like, nah, man, this shit hit deep.
What? Huh?
I was like, nah, bro, that's fucking wild.
I was scrolling through that thread though that I saw the one where the dad was playing chess, and it was just so many sad things.
Okay.
The scene from I Am Legend when he kills the dog.
Oh yeah,
that gets me every time.
Okay, question. Just because the reason I knew of the chess scene because I saw it on Twitter, but I'm going to be generally honest, just because I'm showing my ignorance here, and I will admit it. What was the analogy for? Because I was kind of confused. I was like, whoa, well, chess isn't really my thing.
Well, the joke was that the mom wasn't playing chess right the whole time. But she was using chess as an analogy that the dad was teaching the girls chess. And that's like him teaching them all the life skills that they'll ever need. And then that one day that they'll move on and they won't need him anymore. And then that makes him sad.
Damn, I didn't really need to hear that. I'm sad now.
This is the saddest episode.
Bastard.
That's the point. But yeah, I'm genuinely shocked though that they talk about stuff like that. Because no kid will ever understand what that means until they're an adult.
It was probably some really good writer that couldn't get into anything else, and they're like, okay, you're hired for this, and he just like went all out on his writing.
Mad respect to
mad respect. Whoever writes Bluey or the creative team that does it, mad respect. I want you to actually do like some more adult something. It has to.
Honestly, it's the one modern kids show that doesn't make me want to blow my brains out.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like when it's on TV, it's just like background noise that I don't hate.
For real, bro. For real.
Did you want to do Pokemon tier list?
Not today.
Oh, you want the set? I'm in denial. No.
How do you think a Pokemon tier list would last only 5 minutes?
Speedrun.
That's a whole
Squirtle, Bulbasaur.
Maybe 20 minutes.
That's a whole episode on its own.
We should do that.
We are going to do that.
Is it going to be the next episode?
That is going to be released on Pokemon Day because somehow we managed to come up with an idea for an episode on a specific day coming up that is actually working with the topic of that episode.
Ash leaving. Ash becoming the champion.
That is kind of sad in a way. It's the end of an era.
Yeah, he's 20 years old.
He's 20.
I think he's like 22, actually.
I think he's like 30.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy seeing your heroes like eventually achieve their dreams and shit.
Ash took the longest. Well, Luffy's still going, but I don't keep up.
Luffy?
Is that
Luffy.
sad to
Luffy,
see?
Luffy.
Is that sad to see Ash go?
A little
Or
bit, because
you
he's just
kinda-
like, damn. I remember when this motherfucker got fucking struck by a bolt of lightning and then saw God or one of God's hands.
Oh my gosh. You know what was really sad, or not sad, but like you felt it in your chest, is that final scene when he's fighting Charizard and like Pikachu gets like knocked out and he's like in his mind or something and he sees all his past friends come in and they're all cheering him on.
I think he was dead.
You see every single Pokemon Ash ever had and they're like, get up, Pikachu.
All the Tauros?
Every single Tauros was there. Butterfree was there. I saw Butterfree and I was like, Butterfree!
It's moments like that, bro. That's another one that will always get me. When the hero just has like that mental, like, I lost, I can't do it. And then, like the homie, like the spiritual homies are like, nah, homie, you gotta beat this guy's ass right now. And they just come back up and it's just like, oh,
That's
Kino.
That's Kingdom Hearts every single time. You're like,
Literally Kingdom Hearts.
I lost, and then they're like,
Shut the fuck up, get back up, you dumb bitch.
Come on, Sora. Let's close this door for good.
Riku.
Mickey Mouse being hype, man. It's fucking hilarious. Did you say the Book of Darkness? And the fucking, dude, it's his pose in that scene.
That's the first time you see him, huh? He says that.
Wait, that's his
think
first
so.
appearance?
It's his first like full modeled
Yeah.
appearance because his first appearance is at the very end of the first Kingdom Hearts when they're closing the door to the darkness and it says that quote that I just said.
You probably should play that game.
They're so good.
The first
one is very
definitely
good.
you should just play.
Sorry, should I just
See
play
if you
1,
like it.
2, and 3?
No, just play the first one, see if you like it.
Just play
Uh-huh.
one, and then if you like one, then you'll probably like two. And if you like two, then you're good.
Yeah, you just
Red Dead Redemption 2 also makes me sad.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I was talking about. Like you are alone in a mission or whatever, alone in the world, and you just keep going. You're like doing your mission on your own, and you're just gonna do
Arthur
your best
Morgan.
to make the.
Arthur Morgan.
Oh, another thing. This is another thing that gets me sad in specific video games is when like your character switches or like that character dies and you can see it in Red Dead Redemption 2 is everyone's like thankful like Arthur like in his final days was like a good person and everybody's like, yeah, Arthur Morgan was cool and stuff. And I'm all like, nah, man. And I get all it's like oh bro. It even happens in anime sometimes when the main character dies, which is pretty rare, at least in Eastern stories, is the main character dying. But when the main character dies and everybody's like, yeah, man, that guy was so fucking cool, blah blah blah. And it's just like, nah, bruh, why? It just gets me sad every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. That guy was the GOAT and I will never see him again.
There'll never be another one.
For real, brother. For fucking real.
That's why when Phil Collins dies, I'm hiding in the forest and never returning to modern society.
But Phil Collins wouldn't want that, Caleb. You have to push on. The indomitable human spirit, Caleb.
Phil Collins. And I'll be sitting in the forest and I'll be like, Phil Collins, where should I go from here? And then the wind will blow. And then somebody randomly in the distance will just...
Yo, man, you fucking lost out here?
They'll just start playing on their radio music without even knowing. They'll start playing Phil Collins. You'll be in my heart. I'm like, Phil Collins, I know what I must do. I'll return to society.
I'm imagining this like in a movie right now, and it's all hype. I'm hearing the soundtrack. I got this, man.
It does like the backdrop.
Yeah.
Of the whole forest. And he's like crunching through the leaves.
And all the animals are staring at him like he's a Disney princess.
I just pull out the tactical shovel and I just stab it in the ground, and the bear kneels down before me, and I just start riding him back to society.
Jesus Christ.
How about, what is the most saddest scene or like movie experience you've ever had?
The saddest. Like one I was just distraught over. So the first one that comes to mind is Iron Man dying. That one hit.
Yeah, that one definitely hit
but
you hard.
I think for me it's the ending to Stone Ocean. Like, I know I'm a JoJo's fan. I always bring it up, but like, when you guys haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil it, but when Emporio is placed into the new timeline after the events of Pucci and Made in Heaven, and he's just looking at all his friends that aren't really his friends but are mirrors or lookalikes of them, reincarnations basically. And Jolene asks, but it's not Jolene, it's Erin, because she has a different name, says, "What's your name?" And he goes, "It's Emporio. It's Emporio Des." And like in the Japanese version, because that's what I watched, and he just starts crying, and like Roundabout starts playing. I'm like, nah, dog, nah. Every time I read that scene in the manga where it's like fucking Pucci just runs through all of them, because he just has this overpowered ability now because of his stats, and he just one after another, and it's just like just the total despair of it all, and it's like, nah, man. It's just so sad, and at the very end, Emporio is able to pull out a win because he has an AoE attack that just fucks up Pucci because of his brother. So it was his brother's stand ability that he passed on to Emporio, and Emporio is just sad, and like, it just ends. But you know, it's like once you understand the thematics of that ending, that scene of part 6 ending, and you know what it actually means for like the whole universe in general, the whole Joestar bloodline. It's like, man, bro, this shit's peak, bro. Like, I made a YouTube video on it, and everybody's like, most people in the comment sections were like, yeah, man, I didn't really like the ending, but like, once you put it like this, bro, I'm kind of crying now, bro. There's a few of them was like, bro, I'm actually kind of crying now thinking about it like this. It's just like what it means, what Emporio did, and the death of those characters actually meant for like the whole main cast and stuff. It's just like, dude, that's actually kind of fucking cool.
Yeah.
That scene gets me every time. I'm Emporio Des. My name is Emporio. I'm like, nah, no. And he's like a kid too, so it's like a super traumatizing to him. He's like fucking like 12 years old or something. Like, and he just fought like a fucking demigod of a stand user, and then he's all of his friends are fucking dead. It's like, damn. Every time. Also, another good one is the Majin Vegeta scene. That one too.
Yeah, that one's a good
Bulma,
scene.
Trunks, and even you too, Kakarot. Farewell. Every time.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I guess also the Goku sacrificing himself. It was like, yeah, this is kind of all my fault. My bad, guys. And then he teleports away. You're like, no, you fucking idiot. He dies. That's another good one. That one gets me every time. What's another one? There's another one. There's like I'm fucking making a list here. Caesar, of course, dying. That one gets me. Joseph kind of dying, but he's also there. I think another one would probably be in Berserk, where he's like, what is? It's like, it's not really a sad scene, but it's like a kind of a hopeful scene that kind of made me sad. It's like Guts' whole thing is like after Casca gets no squared by Griffith, because Griffith is a terrible person. He's a dickhead. There's scenes where he has this monster inside of him, like where it's like his deepest, darkest, like primal desires to like do things is like always a burden to him, and like he has. And sometimes when he wears the Berserk armor, it's a representation or a personification of what his inside is. And so the skull, the helmet will transform into what's his soul is like inside, and it's the beast of darkness. And like when one of the little witch, I forgot her name, helps like him out. It's like she tries to recover him back into being normal, because sometimes he'll just fucking start going on a killing spree in the Berserk armor. It's like, someone's there to help you when no one was there to help you, but this little witch chick is helping. I'm like, that hits the strings, the chord there every time. That one too. That one always gets me when she helps out. And what else? I don't. John, the death of Gyro at the end of Steel Ball Run. That one always gets to me. He's like, arigato, Gyro. And when he shoots Tusk Act 4, and Tusk Act 4 goes, Chimmy, fucking just fucks up fucking Valentine. That one always gets me too. That was a really nice one. So, I don't think I really have anything else. Maybe anytime Superman's optimistic and stuff. That one gets me.
Caleb.
I guess I do actually get very sad at Bye Bye Butterfree. That episode does actually make me sad. More sad even than the Goodbye Pikachu episode. Even though that one's supposed to be the more sad one, the Bye Bye Butterfree one does make me more sad. The I Am Legend scene where he kills his dog makes me very sad. Forrest Gump, when Jenny dies, made me very sad. First time I
never liked Jenny.
I know you don't. I know you didn't like Jenny. But I saw things from Forrest's perspective.
Forrest deserved better.
What about his mama?
His mama died. Oh my gosh, that one is
me.
also very sad. I forgot about that part. He loses everyone.
Why would
in that
Mr.
movie.
Frederick show that?
Why would he show that?
Fucking asshole, made me all sad and shit in front of the hose.
Matt, I was very happy though that he showed that movie. That is probably
his greatest highlight in my mind.
Yeah. What else? The scene from Inception, the very end, when he leaves his wife, or when his wife's like
Inception.
Yeah, when his wife is they're in the limbo.
Oh, okay. In the building.
And the building's crumbling. He has to finally let go of his wife.
And he's like, "We did live together."
Mm-hmm. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Other than that, and probably just the Cowboy Bebop ending.
Caleb gets so even when there's like details on like in the middle of the season or the series, like showing that he's gonna die at the end. Mm. Caleb's like, it's so sad.
It sucks, man. It really does.
It's a very sad one. But other than that, I can't think of anything.
I have another
else.
one. The ending scene to Samurai Champloo. It's the song cue. I have it saved on my phone. It's called San Francisco. Before the group of Mugen, Gene, and Mai, or me, is it Mimi? I forgot her name. Oh my god. They all have to leave because it's like I forgot her name. She found where her dad was or whatever, because that's the whole point of the story. They're trying to find the Sunflower Samurai, and they have to leave. They accomplished the goal, and they all went separate ways. And San Francisco's playing in the background. It's like, "Mommy, you're showing a good sunshine." I'm like, "Nah, man, they're all happy and shit." I was like, "No." It's like, no, great. Samurai Champloo is one of the greatest animes of all time. I'd say it's on the same level as Cowboy Bebop in terms of anime reputation. It's just underrated. It's just, nah, man. That was such a good show. I was just seeing them all like, yeah, we did it, guys. And no one fucking died. Anyway, see you later. And they all leave. And I'm all like, nah. The song's in the background. Just keep on moving. And then also, another reason why that also makes me sad is Nubajeep's one of my favorite music composers, just like musicians ever. Like, he also had a big part in that anime's music track, and him dying, like, kind of being like his almost final thing, like he really did anywhere. I'm all like, no.
Actually, there is one more thing that I just thought of that makes me sad every single time. E102 Gamma's story in Sonic Adventure makes
his whole story
unnecessarily sad. Like, how did they give that to children to play through in a Sonic game?
They gave it to me.
It's so sad.
It was sad.
Robot stories are usually sad.
Because what happens to a robot when they die?
Can you shut the fuck up? You're going to make me fucking start feeling for shit I shouldn't feel for.
Like, one could argue that people go to heaven when they die.
No, now you're
There's
making
an
me
afterlife
sad
for people.
because Android 16 never came back after the wish.
Android 16.
Oh, shut up. You've been vetoed. We're ending the podcast. You're making me sad now. Okay. Like, comment, and subscribe. This was a pretty good episode.
The saddest thing I've seen.
God damn it.
Wait, what about Colby?
No, Colby gets vetoed. You made us sad. You don't have it. Do you have anything
Colby,
to add?
I have one movie.
Bam.
He's muted.
You son of a bitch.
I don't think any of you guys have seen this movie, but it's called What Dreams May Come.
Oh, I have.
That is
seen
the
clips.
That is what I would probably say would make me the saddest, because this is spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. The guy.
There's so many spoilers in this episode.
The guy goes through. Well, what's believed in like a lot of religion is if you commit suicide, you're trapped.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy dies, and he's in heaven, but she's not.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes down to try to save her. And so it's just like that's the whole movie, is like struggling, trying to convince her, to go back up to heaven after killing herself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, they are reincarnated. And they're two little kids together, and it makes me sad.
That is.
I'm crying right now.
That's pretty nice.
But you guys have to watch it. For you guys to understand, you guys have to watch it. But that always gets me. It's like, they're reincarnated as little kids.
You reminded me of Android 16. You stupid bitch. That was snuck away in the crevices of my mind, and you had to remind me. Why would you do such a thing?
It's a sad episode. Robots don't get to come back. Robots don't get second chances. Wally dies.
No, he comes back.
He only barely. He almost didn't remember anybody.
Almost.
That's a sad part too.
If he didn't remember something, I would have been very angry.
If the movie ended where he didn't remember anybody, I don't think I'd joke about the part where he gets crushed as much as I do.
Can you shut up now? You're reminding me. You guys are making me sad about shit I clearly have emotionally stored away in my subconscious.
You have a strong emotional bind to robots, apparently.
Because it's sad. It's just all like, the robot can't come back.
He really
Senron didn't bring him back. Because he wasn't alive.
He would have tried
and
to
even
kill
then,
all
it's
of his
even
brothers.
sadder because it's all like Jerome made him because he lost his son, because probably of Goku, and I'm just gonna say that. But like, and like he just made him, and like he deemed him a failure because he could never actually be his son because he's just some robot. And then like he did that.
Listen to me.
Oh, and the Japanese theme that plays at that is what is it? Shocking no willpower or something, and like Gohan just fucking loses it, bro. I remember as a kid I lost it with Gohan too. I was like, I'm gonna kick Cell's ass, that stupid son of a bitch. I was like, nah, that one gets me every time.
There's a lot of parts that are very memorable in Dragon Ball. That's why it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so good. Well, is that all we have?
Yeah, please. Can we end it now? I'm fucking sad now.
Well, hopefully everybody out there has a great Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, Valentine's Day happens after this.
I'm free that day too. I'm gonna be lonely.
Everyone's gonna listen to this episode. If you don't have a date for Valentine's Day, I sure hope you do something that makes you happy after listening to this episode. Because, oh man,
how could you?
This is so sad.
Is this one giant joke on the viewers?
What if the viewers watch this and they're like the Caleb? They're like, they brush off their tears and they stand up and they're like, they hear that Phil Collins song. They're like, yes, and they start walking.
I want to leave some optimism for the viewers, because now I realize this entire episode is just one giant bit to make people sad. You dickhead.
It wasn't a bit, but it is.
It is funny. Optimism. You can do it. I believe in you. Don't pussyfoot around it. Go pursue that degree. Go do that little silly little bit in front of that comedian store that you've been so scared of. Do it. Why are you holding yourself back? Do it.
Alex literally has a tear running down his cheek.
Shut up. I'm trying to make this all emotional and shit. You ruined the monologue. Do it. Why do you hold yourself back? I believe in you. A lot of people believe in you. And if they don't believe in you, believe in yourself. Go watch Rocky 1 or Rocky 2, goddammit. I believe in you. Just because the universe is being a dickhead to you doesn't mean you need to be a dickhead to yourself. You got to do it. You're the one that guides your fate and destiny, damn it. You go do it. Go watch an anime. Go get hype. Do it.
Make yourself the protagonist of your life.
Yeah, what fucking Colby said, damn it.
Go pet an animal, whichever animal you like.
Unless it's a spider. You're
not allergic to.
And take them on an adventure save the world.
And get yourself a really nice lunch. That's what I have to say.
And
also, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully you like this episode of Totally Oblivious. We upload every Monday. This is now my new only place that I upload to. Unless I start doing streams again, which I could. Should I upload streams to, like, stream highlights to this channel?
I don't know.
Just make it Totally Oblivious Gaming.
That's on you.
Oh, well. Anyways, have a great week, and I guess we'll see you all
Happy
next
Valentine's
week.
Day.
Happy Valentine's
And if you don't have a
Day.
Valentine's,
Happy...
good luck on P-Hub. But